Good morning, everybody. It's Seconder Scott Von Helt from HolisticMusician.com here this morning to share with you today's bowl of Saki by Hazrat Icon for April the 30th, last day of April. All gains, whether material, spiritual, moral, or mystical, are an answer to one's own character. All gains, whether material, spiritual, moral, or mystical, are an answer to one's own character. So, with this, a couple things come to mind, but this is one that I'm actually really trying to kind of explore more, the idea of this. How the things in life that we draw in are kind of akin to our character and the way that we kind of the way that we conduct ourselves and live our lives a little bit. All gains, whether material, spiritual, moral, or mystical, are an answer to one's own character. So what is a gain? A gain can be something that we acquire or something that we achieve, something that we aspired to that was reached. That can all be a gain. It could be knowledge, it could be wisdom, it could be love, it could be insight, it could be a lot of different variations of the same thing. So all gains, whether material, spiritual, moral, or mystical, are an answer to one's own character. So one thing that comes to mind with this, and I know this very, very much from my own heart and my own experience on my Sufi path for the last 12 or so years, things happen and come about when you're ready. And when you're really on a spiritual path, or you're really looking to find truth, when truth is what your ultimate goal is, it unfolds in layers. I mentioned I did a thing, bowl of Saki, a few months back, and I read the chickpea story by Rumi. How the chickpea had to settle and cook, and it had to really boil in order to go through this horrible experience of being boiled, to really absorb and to take in all of the spices and the different flavors and things like that, to really bring out the essence of the chickpea. And with me, when I started, when I first joined the Sufi healing order, I wanted to be a healing conductor, and I wanted to do that work, and I wanted to do it quickly. I was like, I'm ready now, let's do it. But there's a training process, and I kept asking for the training, and oh yeah, we sent you the material, you didn't get it? No, I never got it. And purposefully, I think, and knowingly, my teacher in the healing order had kind of waited until she felt that I was really ready. And when I did my training, eventually a few years later, and then completed that training, she made that point to me that now you're ready. I appreciate your patience and your persistence in sticking it out and actually going through with it, because you weren't ready at the time that you initially asked. And that's an insight. That's something that I gained something by waiting until the nature of my character was really ready to take that on and to be that. And to be a healer and to do healing work, your cup has to run over. You have to have enough. You have to have enough for yourself, but you also have enough to give, have the extra to give. And it's like that with a lot of things in life. And so you really have to take care of yourself, and you really have to look at your own personality, your own character, your own spiritual development in your path. We talk about spiritual evolution, and it's not like evolution like the creation evolution or something like that, but it's you evolve over time. So as you understand something, it peels a layer of it removes a veil, as we say. It takes a layer of cloudedness or doubt about that particular thing or subject or idea away, because you've had that experience, and now it's something that's real, and now it's something that you understand and you really know. And then you move on to the next, and then the next layer gets peeled back, and then the next layer gets peeled back, and then eventually all these veils have been lifted from your eyes, and you can see clearly the reality of the one being and how that resides within us. And all of these things that we gain in life are have to do with that acceptance, that opening, that allowing of that thing to come through. So I can see a lot where my spiritual, moral, and mystical character has grown and opened up and allowed me to gain a lot in that way. Still working on the material part. I know I spent years in northern Ohio struggling, with a lot of different things. I owned a building for a while and a little record company and some things, and really just for lack of a better phrase, pardon my French, but I just kind of pissed my money away a lot because I was going to be a rock star one day, and that was going to be it, and I was going to be a millionaire, and I was going to have all this money, but it didn't quite work out that way. So, for me, I know for a fact that I've created blocks for financial blocks and things like that, because I used to walk around the streets of downtown Sandusky, Ohio, screaming at the top of my lungs about how I effing hate money, and because I would be broke or poor, I would run into situations because of this building was a money pit and all these kinds of things, and I hated money, hated it. I was like, why do we even have to have it? I was just so negative about it all the time, and that created a deep-seated thing within my character, where I had this hatred or disdain for money, when that's not what I really should have been doing. I was very angry and frustrated, and that's what came out. But it created something that was a bit of a block. So I have to kind of go back and rework through those things, and I have to go back and kind of figure out what created that hatred, that anger about it, and where did that come from? So. Yeah, and over time, I do okay for myself, but I still would really like to remove that block and change that part of my character so that I can really draw in that perfect career move and that perfect, balance of, financial well-being and things like that. So those are things that, all these different aspects, all these different things in life are things that we want to bring in our life, and it really has to do with our character and really working on the inner self and really working on refining who we are and polishing that mirror of the heart to really clearly reflect what really is given to us. These blessings from our creator, we're all created to live a full, rich life and to be well off and to do well and to be successful and to have all these things that we really desire in our heart, because the Creator gave us that desire. He placed that desire in our heart. She, it placed that desire in our heart, and it's our duty really to nourish that and to really work with that and to make that grow. And the more we do that, the more it opens up to us, and the closer we come to achieving those things that are our gains in our life that we're reaching after. So. Just a couple rambling thoughts about today's bowl of sake, and I hope everybody has a really great day. And we got that tooth out too, by the way, that little tooth. So I got a little girl with one front tooth missing this morning. It's really cute. So hope everybody has a great Sunday. Be safe out there, and we'll be back tomorrow, May 1st. All right, have a good day.